There's always too much to do and see in Bethlehem to get it done in a 15-minute YouTube video, so this is part 2 of today. Hope you enjoy it. We're now leaving Bethlehem and heading back to Jerusalem, where I'm going to give my talk on the story of salvation from Adam and Eve until today, while we're looking out over Jerusalem. Okay, we're arriving here to leave Bethlehem, go out the checkpoint. Usually we can just drive through, but we do need to have our passports just in case. So we're leaving Bethlehem.
Through a different checkpoint than the one we came this morning. I already told the soldiers who of this group I want off the bus. So.
Uh-oh, we're all sweating.
Oh, Bill.
That I have about St. George. So I just got it on my iPhone a couple months ago. St. George, he was around 303 AD, was born in Palestine to noble Christian parents. Like his father, he enlisted as a soldier in the Roman army, serving under Emperor Diocletian. He was renowned for his bravery and outstanding military prowess and was a favorite of the emperor. Many fantastical legends are ascribed to him, however. None are known to be true with any certainty. The most famous legend is St. George and the Dragon, where St. George, after making the sign of the cross, saved a king's daughter from being devoured by a man-eating dragon.
I'm now going to give my talk called The Story of Salvation History from Adam and Eve until today, looking out over the city of Jerusalem. The whole thing is right there in front of our eyes. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Right over there on the other side of the mountains of Moab, Jordan, and the Jordanian Valley, and the Jordan River. And there's Bethany, the top of the Mount of Olives. Come across here, there's the old city of Jerusalem. I can see Gethsemane, the Mount of Olives, and the Mount Zion up there. And the whole Via Dolorosa. We're going to talk about the whole story of salvation right there before our eyes. He says, but I would like to have a meeting with you first about my pension and about the mortgage that I'm going to have when I get there. How do I know I'm going to have a son? I want some kind of a promise of this. And Abram had all of these negotiating points he had with God. No, he didn't. That's what you and I would have done. We would have sat down with God and had to have him give us his idea of what kind of pension we want to have, a deed to the land before we ever leave. But God doesn't give him that. He just tells him, go, and I will show you this land. Abram, I love this poem. In my movie, I'm just going to paraphrase it a little bit. Abram says to God, you come very lately, Lord. I'm 70 years old, and you tell me now you mumble something about a land I've never seen, a mumbled nowhere you don't even have a map to. You want me to pull up my roots and leave the tombs of my ancestors, leave my home, leave my gods, and leave my land. You come very lately, Lord. But my camels will leave in the morning. That's why he's the father of our faith, and not me, and not you probably either. And he packs up 318 men who worked for him. And Sarah, who is childless, he's 70 years old, she's 60 years old, and they leave Iraq, and they travel 1,600 miles up through, following the Tigris and Euphrates River up into what's Turkey of today. They stopped for a while in Haran. His father died, and then him and Sarah and his nephew Lot came, and they went up into the northern part of Israel, way up there, and they came down through this land, and they would have come right down past Jerusalem, and they went about 20 miles behind us to Hebron. But when he was up here, it says he built an altar and called upon. I love giving this talk on salvation history. There's so much and it's so rich. It takes about 25 minutes. I have a copy on my website, which is much longer, about an hour and a half. But anyway, we head back through Jerusalem. It's all still celebrating Independence Day to our hotel. Here we are back at the Notre Dame, getting ready to go to the solemn entry, which is something that is very, very rare, but we try to get it for our groups, and we did. Through Newgate now to go to the solemn entry, and here comes our group. Look at that, like an army going through the streets of Jerusalem. We got them all across the light at one time. There we are. Yeah. Now we're heading up to the Holy Sepulchre. We arrive at the entrance of the Holy Sepulchre and we get prepared to go in for the solemn entry. Here's the tomb. We're going to enter that together as a group, 4x4. Good work, Amma.
Welcome here in the Basilica of the Resurrection, or like we said in the Catholic tradition, the Basilica of the Holy Sepulchre. We are in front of the absurdity of our faith, in front of the empty tomb. But if that tomb is not empty in vain, it will be our faith. Without that empty tomb, we can say nothing possible. Just entering the Basilica, passing under the Calvary on your right side. The cross, symbolically also we go to the resurrection. In our lives, we carry our crosses, each of us, We're all most welcome here. We ask you to pray for us, for our mission here in the Holy Land, which is already, like the Franciscan order, 800 years. We ask you to pray for the Christians, because we are not guardians of the stones, we are guardians of the living church, local and the buildings. We ask you to pray for all the Christians inside of one place, of one building, inside of that same church. We are sharing the church with other churches. We ask you to pray also for that, to be always good brothers and sisters. Especially ask you to pray for our fathers in Syria, for the Christians who are in difficulties. We can see every day that we are in a big group with martyrs of today, of these times. May the resurrection be always our point of hope. At the end of our pilgrimage, look at the testimonies of this sanctuary, testimonies for the others who will never come here, who will not have possibility to visit these holy places. Pilgrimage in the Holy Land, it's a special pilgrimage. Pilgrimage in the Holy Land, it will remain for you forever, we can say like that. After, when you will come to the liturgies, to the church, to the masses, you will hear the word of God in one other way. After you can say, I visited, I was been there. We welcome and pray for us.
This is a piece of the stone that was rolled in front of the tomb. Two more, come. Two.
The gunfight, you know, where they
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Lyle. You guys take good care of us. God bless you. Thank you.
Man, no worries.